WTIM.
This is Staff Meteorologist Paul Trombley with your regional radio forecast. Ample sunshine expected today with daytime highs approaching 71. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mainly clear tonight, lows dip down to about 47. Daytime highs approaching 77 tomorrow. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Get weather anytime by calling 824-6101 or online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Currently 37.
WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station. Time now for your expanded local news. I'm Reed Kamai. Severe storms tore across portions of Illinois late Sunday evening. Some of those storms not only produced straight-line winds of near 70 miles per hour, but also triggered tornado warnings in several communities within central Illinois. The heaviest of the storm damage was reported from Nokomis, Witt, Coffeen, and Raymond. In a news release sent by the Montgomery County Emergency Management Agency, the EMA states that damage reports began to come into the 911 dispatch center at 6:30 from the affected areas. In the same press release, Witt Fire Department reported that there was significant damage to the Witt Lions Club building and some mobile campers in the area. Nokomis Fire Protection District reported that several pieces of a steel roof had been blown off of the east side of the Nokomis Junior High School gymnasium. Damage was also identified near Nokomis High School. Reports of downed power lines as a result of the heavy hitting winds and falling tree branches were also made from across Witt, Nokomis, Coffeen, and Raymond. The National Weather Service conducted a thorough investigation into the Sunday evening storms, and the results of the National Weather Service's investigation yielded the confirmation of 7 total confirmed tornadoes throughout central Illinois that evening. 3 confirmed tornadoes were rated at EF0, while the remaining 4 were rated at EF1. One of the communities awaiting the confirmation of a tornado was Nokomis. The National Weather Service's investigation has confirmed that a tornado did in fact touch down at the edge of town. The National Weather Service's report states that the Nokomis tornado touched down on the east side of town, causing widespread tree damage. The tornado then began to push northeast toward Ullman, causing more tree damage. At one point, it crossed into Christian County and curved east into Rosamond, where it produced more tree damage and some roofing damage. The tornado then advanced into Pana, where it uprooted and snapped off several large trees. Schools across Illinois are in the middle of the Illinois Assessment of Readiness, or IAR. It's the statewide standardized test for students in grades 3 through 8, sanctioned by the Illinois State Board of Education. This week is when 6th, 7th, and 8th graders will be tested, with students in other grade levels taking the tests the following week. At Moulton Middle School in Shelbyville, administrators are looking to use the fine details in the results as guidance for where to focus their instructional attention. Leading the charge is Principal Russ Tomlin. He says they will also use national data trends to assess where the school is at in comparison.
Just so happens for, the way our buildings are structured, the primary IAR testing facility would be Moulton, since we have 4th through 8th, and then Main Street will also be testing at some point with their 3rd graders. With state testing, there's different opinions on it. You can always find the good or the bad if you want. What I will say that's positive about it is it does give you information that you can actually look at and say, how is an individual student doing, compared to, state norms, peers, and the same thing looking at an entire grade to help, drive a little bit of your instruction. So when looking at state testing, we have math and English language arts. So it'd be a little bit of reading and writing both. So we have those 2 tests that all 3rd through 8th graders in the state of Illinois would take. And then in 5th and 8th grade, they also take a science assessment.
He goes on to say that the IAR is one of the best tools the school has to take its stock of its overall academic performance, with the wider goal of better setting students up for success.
From an educator standpoint, I particularly do actually at least appreciate, because you can find the positive, appreciate getting the data that says this is where our students in the area of math specific to a specific learning standard, they did particularly well, or hey, here's a very specific skill set that maybe the students in that grade level struggled with a little bit. And then that's what allows us to use some of our school improvement time to really drill down on how can we continue to get better. And I think that's one thing that we kind of harp at students about is continued growth and making sure that you're always striving to improve. This is something that it does give us the opportunity to identify things that we can do better, and try and help students, be more successful and master some of the skills for their future, whether it's college, whether it's career, whatever the case may be.
Away from the classroom, the school's track team is preparing for the start to its season. The team includes some athletes coming off top finishes in state-level competition a year ago.
We've got a lot of talent coming back, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, Hazel Atkins specifically as a student that won 3 individual state championships at the IESA track meet last year and was part of a second place finish. Multiple athletes that medaled last year. Another athlete, Kit Ulmer, who had probably the most exciting 400-meter finish that I've ever seen, and finished just a little short and finished second. So some great athletes. I definitely want to point out, though, more importantly, great kids that do a great job of representing our community and their parents. And so you want to see some really good athletes that are also really good kids. Check out our junior high track season.
More information on the IAR is available at isbe.net/IAR. Moulton Middle School is on the website for the Shelby County Community Unit School District, shelbyville.k12.il.us, and that's where more information is on Moulton Middle School. Russ Tomlin appeared as a guest on the WTIM Shelbyville Morning Show. Prospective students will have the opportunity to explore campus life and academic programs during a special visit event at Lakeland College tomorrow. The college will host its annual Laker Visit Day tomorrow, giving future students a chance to learn more about programs, resources, and opportunities available on campus. Check-in will begin at 8:15 that morning in the Luther Student Center, with the event starting at 9. Student ambassadors will guide attendees on campus tours while sharing their experiences as Lakeland students. Visitors will also be able to meet with faculty members to learn more about specific academic programs and speak with representatives from several student services, including counseling, career services, student accommodations, student wellness, TRIO student support services, and financial aid. Parents and guardians are encouraged to attend as well, with a special session planned to provide information tailored to families of prospective students. Following the morning activities, the college's Broadcast Communication Department will host a special open house from noon to 2, with lunch provided at noon. The open house will give prospective students an inside look at Lakeland's broadcasting program, including the chance to meet faculty and current students, learn about career paths in media, and participate in hands-on activities with audio and video equipment. Visitors will also tour the college's student-run radio station, WLKL 89.9, the Max Alternative. According to Greg Powers, speech communication and broadcasting instructor and director of broadcast operations, the event is designed to give students a deeper look at opportunities in the field. Students enrolled in Lakeland's broadcast communication program can earn an associate degree that prepares them for immediate employment or transfer to a 4-year university. The program also offers 3 certificate options. Students gain hands-on experience through a variety of media opportunities, including broadcasting live on WLKL, anchoring newscasts, working in the TV production studio and control room, producing podcasts, commentating on live sports events, and using professional audio, video, and digital editing equipment. More information and registration for both events is available on the Lakeland College Visit page at lakelandcollege.edu/visit. And now, a word from First National Bank in Taylorville.
At First National Bank in Taylorville, just west of the square, we've spent 70 years being your local bank. The bank where relationships matter, because we've been part of this community for generations. I'm President Jared Beckham. Life moves fast. Families grow, businesses change, even banks come and go. But one thing stays the same. First National Bank in Taylorville has been here for you and will be here for the next generation too. Serving Taylorville for 70 years. First National Bank in Taylorville. First every time. Member FDIC.
A musical recounting the stage acting careers of 3 Tony-nominated performers is coming to the Effingham Performance Center this weekend. Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now will be featured on Saturday at 7 in the evening. It features Carrie Butler, Laura Bell Bundy, and Marissa Jarrett Winokur, the latter of whom, in fact, won a Tony for her role in Hairspray. Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now is a depiction of the actresses' own lives using music from the many shows in which they have performed. The trio met while part of the cast for Hairspray. They sang the song Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now together, hence the name of this musical. Belle Bundy says the show chronicles their lives in showbiz and as mothers.
The entire show is sort of told through song, and obviously there's a lot of comedy in it. I would say, obviously, I don't know if you would know, but the 3 of us are comedic actors, so there's a lot of comedy in it. We have a table full of props and wigs and changes, and there's gags, and we pull pranks behind one another. I mean, we have a good time. And but the show really takes you on a journey, and an emotional journey of our stories, each of our individual stories, but also our over 20-year friendship. And so, I think people enjoy coming to the show because they hear songs from oh my gosh, over 20 different Broadway shows. We do a Disney medley. We have something called a mom medley, which is mostly pop songs, but parodies of them. So it's fun because when people come to the show, they recognize these songs.
The show includes a mom medley, which is a set of parodies of well-known songs.
We have a mom medley about the woes of motherhood, and there's a joke that Marissa's basically never peed alone until her child was 10 years old, and she was in Big Brother when there were thousands of cameras everywhere, but there weren't any cameras in the bathroom. And that was the first time she had peed alone in 10 years. So that starts off a song where we sing, we start with Wherever We Go, but it's got a different, it's basically you can't be alone when you're a mother. And we switch we have It's a Hard Not Life we put in there. How can I get time alone? So we basically utilize these pop songs or these Broadway songs to flip it and make it about being a mother. And that one's really fun.
Belle Bundy does a number of impersonations in the show, a skill she developed from an early age. I
think started to sing. If I think about when I started to sing, which is when I was a child, really young, I think it all started because I was mimicking what I was seeing on TV or hearing on the radio. So like when I was 8, I could do like every character in Wizard of Oz. And so I do Judy Garland in our show. I do Dorothy. But I also do an impersonation of Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music. I do an impersonation of Celine Dion. So for me, I began my childhood part of our show is very much me just doing impersonations because that's really how I began to learn to sing. So there's just fun stuff. There's wigs, there's props, I tap in the show, I twirl a baton. A lot of fun stuff.
Belle Bundy says, so far, Hairspray has been the highlight of her career. She highlights the timing of the show and the role it played in her stage acting career, which Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now highlights.
Hairspray was, it was coming right out of September 11th in New York City. It was a year after that, or not even a year, when we opened, and New York was coming back, and people were really wanting to support New York City. And our show was kind of like the Hamilton of its day. It was completely sold out after the first preview for like a year. And it was so exciting to be a part of a musical like that. And I was 21 years old. I was the youngest adult in the cast, even though we were all playing teenagers. And it was a wild experience, and the show won a Tony. Marissa won a Tony, and we became a part of this wonderful, beautiful Broadway community that I've been a part of for over 20 years now, and it's a really special, magical, creative community.
Again, Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now will be at the Effingham Performance Center on Saturday at 7. Tickets are available at the Effingham Performance Center box office and on Ticketmaster. More information on the show is available through a link in this story on our website, TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. That's also where you can find the Ticketmaster link. Laura Bell Bundy appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. As gas prices continue to skyrocket across the state, an Illinois congressman is paying close attention to the Strait of Hormuz. Darren LaHood chairs the House Intelligence Committee, and he had this to say. According to AAA, gas prices in Illinois were averaging $3.79 on Tuesday, up 19 cents from last week and up 80 cents from a month ago. University of Illinois Extension Director Dr. Matthew Vann continues to travel the state. Vann began his job with the Uni of Illinois Extension in late September after holding a similar position in North Carolina. With March moving along, State Ag Pest Survey Coordinator Kelly Estes is thinking about the growing season. Again, that email is kcook8, the number 8, at illinois.edu. Now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. 96-year-old Evelyn June Rogers of Taylorville died March 9th. A graveside service will take place tomorrow at 1 at Camp Butler National Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 81-year-old Lawrence Larry James McWard of Morrisonville died March 10th. A graveside service will take place on Saturday at 2 at Morrisonville Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by Perfetti Asali Funeral Home in Morrisonville. And 94-year-old Doris Long of Greenville, formerly of Sorrento, died February 18th. Visitation is April 18th from 11 till noon at Donald Wigan Funeral Home in Greenville. A celebration of life will immediately follow. Interment will be at Brown Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Donald Wigan Funeral Home in Greenville. Get local news anytime at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and every hour as well right here on WTIM